Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, a Bears podcast by a Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry. And did they really take the ball from us like that? What a heartbreaking ending, man. What a tough ending. That was wild. So really, I mean, an exciting game. The Bears come out looking like the Bears, and the Vikings come out looking like the type of team that people think they are going to be this year. And Justin Jefferson looks like Justin Jefferson, the type of receiver that people claim he is. And you're just like, okay, well, this is about to be what we're used to. But then it was a turnaround, and so really for me, the credit goes to the coaches. I don't know, obviously, who did what. None of us know. But some coaches made some adjustments, and you have to give credit to Eberflus for either giving them the ability to make adjustments or accept their adjustments, or he made some himself. So to me, you had offensively not only getting into a point where you got to let Justin Fields throw, but calling some plays that, not all the time were great, but for the most part, some plays that really made sense for where Justin Jefferson could get, or not just Justin Fields could get some quick reads and really know where he's going, because that was the biggest difference for me in the offense. The second half is like Justin, you could tell he knew where he was going with the ball. And if it wasn't there, then he took off. But so whatever, if they were calling plays that he was more comfortable with, or if they had some type of adjustment where they looked on the film and said, hey, we need to start doing this, or whatever it is, credit to the staff on the offensive side for getting Fields more comfortable and for not hiding behind the run, because I've said it many times, and it's just true. You cannot, as any competing team, you cannot be a team that hides behind the run, or not behind the run, but hides your quarterback behind the run. You just can't. You saw us almost win today, and it's because we have to have a drop back passing game. It was like night and day from last week, especially watching the film, where we just, everything we did was pretty much the run. If it wasn't a run, the play action got us open to some passes. But once they start cutting the boot off and stuff, we weren't able to bootleg out and do all those rollout passes. And then we just had no answer. So obviously Mooney, incredible catch. I mean, that was one of the nastiest catches I've ever seen. So obviously you got some of that, but you had to let Justin Fields be a quarterback. And so then outside of the coaches, give credit to Justin Fields, give credit to the O-line, who was not perfect, but against this tandem of Za'Darius and Danielle Hunter, to have the clean pockets that we did was a huge effort by them. So you got to give them props. And Justin Fields, like I said, they put him in a situation where he had to play quarterback, and again, they did things that he was comfortable with, but he had to deliver at the end of the day. Coaches only could do so much, so that was really the difference. And then same thing on the defensive side. Whoever made the adjustments, they really adjusted, again, kind of like with New York. They had to adjust their backside rules on kind of these play actions. And then they just had to adjust the way they were running zone. And they brought Vildor in more because that Jalen Jones was getting ate up. First of all, he was on Justin Jefferson way too much. But either way, we were playing zone because they don't have anybody that they feel comfortable with playing man against Justin Jefferson. So we were playing zone. And, it was credit to the Vikings. They were finding the hole in the zone. And it's easier for a team like the Vikings to do it when you got Dalvin Cook as such a big threat. So once the run game is flowing You able to play action off of that, and then you able to really run a lot of zone beaters, and Kirk Cousins knew exactly where to go with the ball. And then the second half, we adjusted the coverage, but we have much better pressure. So that's when you got to get out of your comfort zone. We're not a big blitzing team so far with this staff. We weren't previously. But the second half, they did a lot more movement with whether it was slants and stunts, blitzes, a lot more things to manufacture pressure, because that's the thing. You like, how does Justin Jefferson do that? Because if you're running all zone and the quarterback has all day to throw, they're going to tear you up. It doesn't matter who it is. And so you got to give credit to the defense for making an adjustment there, because we had Kirk Cousins a lot more uncomfortable the second half until that final drive. And then, yeah, so, but, just like the first game with the 49ers, I said, you got to take away that this team is going to fight. That's the thing you got to take away from when you watch that game. And we came out here and we fought today. And we didn't let the bad start kill us. And then, like I said, big kudos to the coaches for adjusting. So, I think going forward, the path is pretty, and I haven't done too much of the Madden talk. I don't know. I thought it was a little cheesy, but to me, I've been really enjoying Madden this year. I think it plays pretty true to life, but I have a franchise with the Bears, and I'm in my third season. So obviously the one main difference is that you could hit really, if you do it right, you could really hit on the draft, and I have. So I have a lot of rookies that are really good, or young players. But for the most part, the thing with our roster, because I played it pretty true the first season, and just let it, we were a low-win team. But you start to attack the areas once you have that cap room, once you have that draft capital. And one of them is receivers. So, and again, I'm not saying it's going to happen in real life, because free agency is different too. But I signed Jacoby Myers, Calvin Ridley. So now Mooney is exclusively a slot guy. And I mean, not exclusively, but we can use him exclusively in a slot like we want to. And that's going to have to be one of the things, because we know what Montgomery can give us. We know what this O-line can give us currently. And we'll try to upgrade the O-line too. But as far as the passing game, you saw Pettis drop that big pass. Like, it's those little things. And you got to have some receivers that you trust, and some receivers that can be more consistent. So I was really happy with seeing Justin Fields looks just completely different as far as his comfort in the pocket and his comfort making the reads today. And again, from what I saw, and we'll see on film, they did some more quarterback-friendly concepts, but somebody did something. Somebody talked to him, because it looked like night and day. It looked like night and day compared to the last 3 games. So I'm real, comforted by that. I talk about Daniel Jones. We saw him earlier, and we saw him last week. I was telling somebody, I was like, because I've always said, I'm like, Daniel Jones hasn't gotten a fair shot. You put that man on the Chargers or the Chiefs or the Saints, that man would be probably top 15. And I said what's really impressive is that he didn't let these bad rosters destroy his ability to play quarterback. And we've seen that a lot. We've seen that a whole lot. We saw that with Sam Darnold and, a long list of quarterbacks. Like, when you get into a situation where you just don't have a roster, and then you start developing bad habits and seeing ghosts and all those things, that could really destroy you. And Daniel Jones, I give him credit for not letting it destroy him, as they're starting to get a little more talent around, kinda. I mean, he still got no starting receivers. But I feel the same thing about Justin Fields, at least today. I was like, and it's early in the season, but I'm glad to see he hasn't because he hasn't been good at doing the things the quarterback needs to do. But I'm glad to see that it's still there, that he hasn't completely lost it. So It probably won't be this year unless we get, feisty and make a trade. But hopefully next year, as we get more talent around him, that's more the quarterback that we're hoping to see. That dual threat. I mean, honestly, he is kind of like Lamar Jackson, but a way better quarterback. I mean, that's just what it is. And so, or at least has the potential to be. If you had Lamar with a level 5 arm and a lot more accuracy, that's what we could be looking at. But we got to see how he survives the rest of the season. So tough loss, especially when we didn't think we would even be in it. So that was wild. But go to the comment section. Let me know what you think about today. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.